My journey with locally sourced food was actually really simple. Started off by just wanting to eat whatever I could, fast and cheap. As I grew older, began to have a family, began to consider my health, consider the health of my family, and it seemed to me to be a no-brainer that, man, I want to eat better. I want to care about what I'm putting in my body. I want to care about where it comes from. Grubbable was created because we really wanted to make it easy for individuals to find locally sourced food. At the same time, we wanted to alleviate in some way the price barrier that could hinder many people from actually trying locally sourced food.
Well, I think that this kind of trend in people finding restaurants like ours has a lot to do with the fact that food grown locally means that it's made by people that are your neighbors and people in your little economic system. And that benefits all of us. I mean, when you buy from a farmer that's in the city, then you're putting money right back into everybody else's pockets.
When we began, it was 2011, and as anybody who was in Michigan at that time knows, jobs were scarce. Folks were really hurting from an economic perspective. So there was a big economic drive to use as much local so that the money that we were spending on what we were buying was staying right here in our state and supporting our neighbors. So there's clearly an economic angle where when you're buying local products, you're supporting local small companies and the jobs that they help bring into our communities.
Food is more nutrient dense when you consume it closer to the time it was harvested. So if we're transporting food across the country from California or from Mexico or from Venezuela, by the time it gets to us in Detroit, it has lost some of its nutrient density. And so food is much better for us if we harvest food today, we take it to a farmer's market, and it's on somebody's plate that evening.
We really see the value of local food because it's not only healthier for the individual, but as a community, it's healthier for the environment, it's more sustainable, there's fewer food miles that food is traveling in order to get to the plate, and at the end of the day, it's just better for the local economy.
We really wanted to give the power back to those mom and dads who open up eateries, who open up restaurants, who are working hard in farms and are trying to provide food with integrity in our communities. We wanted to draw a line in the sand and tell people, hey, here are where those restaurants are. Hey, go to those restaurants because they are not only giving you great food, but they are doing great things in our community.
Grubbable is bridging the gap between the past and the future for people. I think eating poorly and not having knowledge of how to eat better is the past. And now Grubbable is this tool where people can move into the future of understanding that you are what you eat and having the resources to be able to apply that knowledge in a real life context. Where do I go to a restaurant? Where do I shop at a market? How do I find a farmer that's close to me? Because they're out there, they're everywhere.
What we would love is to even raise the standard of the food industry and to really challenge consumers to really just eat with purpose, and to know that the food they're consuming is not only healthier and tastier, but it's just good for our community.